There we go. Yes, sir. I got one on the swim jig. Skipping it. Oh my goodness, what is this? What on earth is this? What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the 200 Pond series. My name is Tyler. I'm your host, and my goal, of course, is to fish 200 ponds, but also to have a dang good time and teach you guys how to become better bass anglers for yourself. So if that's what you're all about, hit that subscribe button. Now, for today's pond adventure, we are back in Florida. We're going to be fishing a pond that has an open section, but also two different canals that shoot off to the sides that I hope have some big old bass swimming around. We're going to try to catch them on swim baits, maybe on Texas rigs or jigs. I have no idea what's going to work, but hopefully something does, so we can find ourselves some success. Let's get down to pond number 116. Now, walking down to pond 116, I can't help but think that the majority of fish are probably in the big open section here, that honestly I'm most intrigued by because it's just unfamiliar to me fishing in these creeks. So I'm gonna leave the big camera in the car, come back to get it for the open section, but I really wanna start by fishing the creeks on the sides of this pond to see if there's any creek dwelling bass, maybe already on beds or just moving up to spawn. So I'm gonna walk to the very end of the creek, figure out what lures I wanna use, and start fishing. All right, we have reached the end of, honestly, this pretty hidden canal system. I feel like you'd know the pond is there, but if you weren't actually on the sidewalk, it's hard to see from the road what's down here. So I'm just gonna look around for 1 second as I finish my smoothie here, see if I can see any bass on beds, but it's just so interesting. We've got, is that a bass? That's a big bass. That's a big bass. Oh my gosh. Holy cow, that's big. I don't think I have a rod ready to sight cast a big one. I guess I've got a swim bait. Okay, well, off to a great start. I saw like a 5-pounder cruising in the open water in this pocket. So I don't know if he was getting ready to make a bed or just kind of looking for something to eat, but that's a good sign. Gosh, there it is. It's like a 6-pounder. Dang it, I caught a leaf. All right, well, we've got a 6-pound bass that is cruising around this open pocket here. So I'm gonna put on a few different lures that I was gonna put on anyways, but I'm even more excited about now. I'm gonna open up my Evolution largemouth tackle bag. I flew with this thing to Florida with me because it's just that good. Holds all my tackle I need for practically any pond adventure. And they make tons of tackle bags like the bass sacks here. This one holds all my swim baits for the week. In this one, I've got all my craws, and I just have them open because I'm using them a lot. But for everything Evolution makes, code TRF2025 will save you 20% on your entire purchase. So tackle box, tackle bags, tackle backpacks. If you need a better way to store your tackle, Evolution's an awesome company, and we've got some really cool stuff we are designing. But I'm excited to throw this thing right here, the G-Flag 150. I feel like a soft bluegill glide bait. It's probably the best, like, big fish, but also covering water lure for a offshoot kind of creek like this. And if I'm gonna be sight casting in creeks, of course, I've gotta go with a little wacky rig. Now, I forgot for some reason all my wacky worms back in Texas, so I'm just gonna go with a Nico rig today. And then lastly, I've got a lipless crankbait that's for sure not gonna be the vibe for this spot, so I'm gonna grab myself a little jig. Outcast tackle, heavy cover swim jig. Seems like it fits the description of Florida, because like I mentioned earlier, this pond has a lot of overhanging trees and lay down logs that I can't get many other lures in and out of like I can a jig. Now, first things first, let's throw the glide around and see if we can't trigger this fish that was cruising. No way. No way. First cast? No way. Eat it. Oh my goodness. He chased it first cast. Eat it. Holy cow. The fish literally chased it first cast. Whoa. This glide has some insane drawing power for how small it is. Oh man, junk. There we go. First cast with the wacky worm and I lost it. Even though it's a bit big for this hook, I'm gonna grab an Ocho. Although, you know what? Actually, that fits pretty well. Well, bad news, folks. She has not returned since the last time I hopped in front of her face. So probably best that we leave and maybe come back to this fish at the very end. But I like what I'm seeing, that all the way in the very back of this creek, there's a big one on a bed. It makes me feel like I should at least see some fish cruising and maybe get one on the swim bait. And once I get about a third of the way back to me, or my swim bait's out in the middle of the channel, I reel it back in because I just don't think that's a high percentage way to fish. Maybe they'd come up from the middle of the channel to eat this thing, but more than likely I'm gonna pick some off that are cruising the banks. Oh gosh, there's one. There's a bass. Oh, he's spooked. Eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it. Oh my gosh. Oh, I hope y'all could see that. Eat it again. Eat it again. Eat it again. Oh, no. No. Eat it, eat it, eat it. Oh, it's like as soon as they miss it once, then they're done. Oh no. He keeps turning around though. I feel like this is his bed. He's just looking at it now. He has like no intention of actually eating it. Dang it. Oh no. Oh, I got stuck on a stick. Crap. Oh, he's a fry garter. That's a post-spawn fish. There's literally a school of fry right there. Wow. Like I've talked about in several recent videos, man, these Florida fish spawn for so long. I think he's gotten used to the swim bait. He bit it once, didn't get it. Let's go with the swim jig. And just like bedfish, once they see you, it gets incredibly more difficult to catch them. He does not want the jig at all. Yeah, he knows it's fake now. Ah, we are 0 for 2. Oh, man. I hooked the tree that fish was on. Okay, well, that spot's toast. I think it's just a matter of time before I finally trick one of these fish. No. No. Can't lose this swim bait. I made a dumb cast. I can't lose this swim bait. I'm about to lose a $60 swim bait that's very tough to get. And I think it's too far for the rod trick. I mean, that's a long ways to throw my rod. Come on, don't break, please. Ah. Yes, 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 yes. Ha ha ha. Persistence pays off. Let's go. I'm guessing my line is all kinds of frayed. There's no way. Oh, my line is fine. Wow. 20-pound Seaguar and VizX is the juice. And here I go to make another risky cast. So this canal's a lot more tough than I was expecting it to be. I guess it is public, so I should expect more fishermen to frequent here. And seeing one fish post-spawn already makes me think they're not quite in a, you know, hungry, aggressive pre-spawn mood. At least the ones that I've seen. There we go. Yes, sir. I got one on the swim jig. Skipping it. Oh my goodness, what is this? What on earth is this? Oh my goodness, a huge snakehead. Oh, wow. Wow. A big snakehead. What on earth? That is the craziest thing I've ever hooked in my life. I mean, the thump was intense and it got the jig, I mean, roof of the mouth. Can I flip this thing up? I've never caught a snakehead before. Oh my gosh. Goodness, 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 goodness. Now I've got 17-pound line. I can flip him. Get up here, yes! Whoa! How do I grab it? Oh, he's got nasty teeth. Okay, we're not lipping him. How do I grab a snakehead? I think under the gills is what I've seen. Yeah. Oh my goodness. My first ever snakehead down here in Florida. That is so cool. You know what? Forget about bass fishing. That was one of the coolest bites I've had in my life. Outcast tackle, pro swim jig, roof of the mouth. Was not hooked all that good, but was hooked good enough. Let me get a selfie real quick. All right, well, Mr. Snakehead, it's been good meeting you. Go back in the water or whatever you're doing. That was crazy. Holy cow. That right there, folks, was the bite of the dang century. Man, those things thump it. But the Outcast tackle jig held up to a snakehead. The trailer did not. Got to get a new one. But that is so dang cool. I had no idea those were in this pond. Little mid-sized rage bug. And now, man, who cares if I catch another fish? That was the coolest thing I've done while I've been down here in Florida. I was hoping to catch one, and I did on accident. I made a perfect skip under there. Oh, once again, perfect skip. I was just hopping it, and it was like, I hope y'all saw that on my rod tip. Just a donk. But I could kind of tell from like immediately when the fight began that it probably wasn't a bass because it was like swimming so fast. Usually you set the hook on a bass, it kind of feels like a brick wall for a second and then they come at you, but that fish came right at me. So I could tell, I just had no idea what it was. Almost thought it was a striper when it first jumped because of how long it was. But now that I've caught a fish and a really cool one at that, I feel a lot more comfortable with going back to spend some time on that bedfish. Because if I can catch a big snakehead and a big bass in one video, That will be epic. And I really think after only seeing, now there's probably more than I didn't see, but only seeing 3 bass in that whole creek side, there's probably more fish in the open water. And especially if there was already post-spawn fish, I'm guessing there's more post-spawners that are far beyond the spawn way out here in the middle. So I'm gonna take off the swim jig and I'm gonna take off the wacky worm, put on a black and blue thunder cricket and a drop shot. Leave the swim bait in case I see a fish up shallow chasing bait fish or fry guarding. But I really think out in the middle or off the bank is probably the way to go in this pond to catch, you know, at least a bass.
You'd think so, but you'd be wrong.
And I got stuck. I think I see a bass very shallow here as I was walking back to the first spot. And all I've got now is a drop shot. Please eat it, eat it. Yes, 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 no, no, oh, no, oh, dang it. Drop shot on a 45-degree bank. I just couldn't get him high enough and he jumped off. Man, I don't know if he's on a bed or just cruising, but my stealth factor got that fish to bite. I just couldn't land him. Ah. Eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it. Yes, yes, I got him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get out of there. Come on. Give me a success, baby. Yes! Yes! A kid riding his bike gave me a weird look, but that feels so good to get a dang success at pond 116. And it's a beautiful fish too. Makes me think that that 4-pounder I was looking at might be a little bit bigger. But I'm telling y'all, I feel so relieved and vindicated, honestly, that I got myself a success. Yes! And if you couldn't already tell, that feels so good, just to go to a pond I've never been to before and not only have success by catching 1 bass, even though these conditions were relatively challenging, but also catch a brand new species, a snakehead. That's awesome. It's true in life and it's true in fishing that persistence pays off, and I knew it was just a matter of time before I would finally find a fish that was up shallow. I think these bass are moving from the pre-spawn into the spawn with obviously 1 fry garter in the post-spawn, but that fish and the one that I just lost on the drop shot were not here in the morning or kind of the mid-morning when I passed through a second time. And so maybe by the afternoon, if I waited around, I'd find even more bed fish. And I'm sure across the canal, there were probably fish up cruising or on beds that I just couldn't see. But it just feels so good to have a fun time out on the water. And this was nowhere near a stocked farm pond. It was a tough city canal, and I'm proud of myself for catching a new species and catching at least 1 bass. So if you want to see the exact tackle I use, the rods, reel, line, baits, it'll all be linked down in the video description. And if you want to watch the last episode of 200 Ponds, I believe that was a Texas episode, whammy, it'll be up here in the corner, clickable, and the entire 100 Pond series will be up in this corner. My name's Tyler, as always, it's a pleasure, and we'll see y'all next time right here on TRF.